What's going on, everybody? Take 2 of live streaming. I hope everyone's doing great. This is my this is my second time doing this, so I hope everyone's doing well. Got my Mbuna tank behind me. They're a little skittish. I have a situation with this tank that I was hoping to get online with Salient Aquatics, and he was not able to do his live stream today, which is fine. So maybe if I get some of you guys to join in, then we can talk about it. But here we are. I feel like this is one of the ways that hopefully I can spend more time down here on live streams, and that I can get these fish out here a little bit more often. So, what's up, CS? How's it going, man? Glad you could stop by for a little bit. That is the first. Appreciate you stopping by. This is my second live stream, so we'll see how things go and how long I'll stay and how many people hang out. So what do you think? Hello, Mexicali. Thanks for hanging out. And Fish Hippie. I think you were in Salient stream a little bit ago. So whoever comes and joins, this is kind of an important subject for me. And I hope it gets some good feedback on you guys and even on the comments after the live stream is done. So since Salient wasn't here, because him and I were going to kind of talk about it for a little bit, but I kind of have an important subject for me personally, and I kind of want to give you guys a story about how this all unfolded. So this tank here, they're all Mbunas, and I've had, and if I go on my notes here, I have had this tank I started it September 28th of 2022. And so 1 year, 6 months, and 19 days. I have an app for this, so that's how I know how this all works out. But it started upstairs, and it was my very first African cichlid tank. So that's how long I've been with the African cichlids, is 1 year and 6 months. And it was just this one, and it was upstairs. It's a 55 gallon. And I just went to the pet store and got a few Mbunas and just went head on, tackled this all together. So that's a long story short on that part. And since then, I've been learning and progressing and not knowing what I got into back in the day. So it was a challenge for me to learn from freshwater to African cichlids, as we all know. But I'll make another long story short that within the process of doing these Mbunas, I have added some, taken some away, learning how aggressive they can be and how some don't mix with others, learning how different kinds don't fit well with others. And I've, like I said, taken fish out of the tank, put different ones in. I've done the whole, major water change, redecorated. Did the whole, like I've done everything with as far as mitigating aggression. And for the most part, this tank has been really good, but also with that being said, this tank has also been through a lot. it has been, like I always try to go by Ben Ochart whenever I start watching him. He always says that less mess is best. And that's certainly true with this one here. This is a prime example because I was always getting my hands in and out, rearranging the decorations, doing major water changes, moving and adding fish, and taking fish out when I was doing the breeding processing throughout all the stuff down here. And then I moved the tank down here, and let's just say, like, the more I moved this tank around as far as decorations go and everything upstairs, it was just a lot to take in. I was constantly changing decorations out and just trying to figure things out, what worked, what didn't. So some of these fish I've had for the whole 1 year and 6 months, but when I first started this, half of them either I got rid of or passed on. So with all that being said, they got more and more skittish and they hid more and more. So it made it difficult because I was hoping that moving this tank downstairs and keeping it the way it is, and all I do is remove water and add it back in for my water changes, change the filtration when need be, and that's it. Let's see, so I was hoping to move it downstairs, so I moved it downstairs here on, let me see on my notes. On January 31st is when I moved this tank down here, but I moved the Mbunas into a temporary tank for 2 days until I got this set up back here. And once I did that, moved it down, had my brother help me haul the tank down here and set everything back up and let everything recycle and everything clear up. I set it all back up the way it is, and then I put the Mbunas from my 60-gallon breeder back into this tank. And since then, every time that I come in this room, they hide behind the rocks. And I probably have to sit here for, I don't know, how long has this live stream been going? Maybe 15 minutes. Hi, Empire. But I have to literally sit down here and watch over them. And even with that being said, my movements have to be like bare minimal, because every time that I walk through this door, like if I just peek through the door, they're all out, they're all swimming about and doing their thing. But anytime that I walk in here, they all hide behind the decorations. And this is quite a display tank for me between this one and the one over here. My whole purpose of this is being my main focal point whenever you come down here into the fish room, and I don't want this main focal point to have all my Mbunas hiding all the time. So that's kind of my story. And I guess they're great fish, and a lot of these have lived for quite a long time, and they still have a little bit more to grow. And most of these that are in here I've had since the beginning of doing this. Like I said, a year and, 6 months ago? Yeah, a year and 6 months ago. So I'm kind of asking your guys' thoughts and opinions on this. You guys on the live stream that's on here now, you guys can kind of comment on it if you want. And then whenever this video is done, I'd like to see your guys' suggestions and comments on what I could do. So with that being said, like, I'm just trying to figure out, because I want to try to mess with this tank as least amount as possible. But it's been up and running down here since beginning of February, and it's been 2 months. And they're still hiding behind the decor and the rocks and everything. And it's just one of those things I really don't want to see. I mean, they dig, Mbunas, that's what they do, they dig, but they have dug so many holes just for them to hide into and never come out. Like, some of them are just barely, like in here, you have a whole crevice in here that one's just, sideways on, and, my Golden Doradus, which are supposed to be extremely active, he's practically turned sideways at some points just so he's not visible. And that's not how I want this tank to be. So I'm kind of on a point to where I have a few options. I could either be patient, which is a key thing in the fish keeping hobby, and let things kind of do their thing, and hopefully within the next few months maybe they'll get a little bit more outgoing. But for some reason I just don't feel like that's going to happen. The other option that I thought of is maybe to move the decorations around within that tank, because there's no feeding hatch up here above. It's just behind the wall, and I feed the tank from behind. So whenever I go to feed them, they don't, have that personal experience of me, feeding them. I just go from behind. But like I said, I was hoping to move its tank down here and move around, or have everything being moved around a lot less, and just leave it the way it is, and just water change and that's it, filter change. And I was hoping that would kind of slowly and progressively bring their make them more outgoing, I should say. But my other options is I have 2 grow out tanks that are empty right now, and I was debating about putting them in there. And I'll show you guys here what I got. See, here's my other window one. There's only those 3 rocks in there, and I thought about maybe moving them into this tank, so that way there's only 3 rocks, so they have a lot less room to hide around in, to hopefully get used to everything. But the rocks are fairly large. And then over here, this is where my other grow out tank is, and it's in the center of the room, so that would give them a whole walking distance, like around the entire tank. So whenever I'm doing maintenance and walking around, that hopefully they would get more used to me being around and not be so scared of everything, and maybe it would help kind of get them a little bit more outgoing. So that was kind of like my other option that I thought of. But yeah, that's kind of my situation. Because even when I'm down here doing maintenance on all my tanks, they pretty much hide the entire time. And if I have people over, like family, friends, and people that want to come hang out and see my displays, I want them to have that wow factor of saying, wow, this looks really cool. And it used to be that way when I was upstairs, but like I said, they've been through a lot, and I get it. This is 100% my fault. This is me learning in the fish keeping hobby with African cichlids. So let me get that square out of the way. All right, hopefully that's a little bit better. Bear with me, guys. I'm still trying to get used to this live stream. But my third and final option was to completely start over with Mbunas and figure out something with these guys. And I'm not sure what I would do with them if I were to start over. And I guess my only option would be, if I were to start over, I would put them in my display tank. I have another one behind you that's empty as well. But that would be kind of like a sort of way of maybe starting over with brand new Mbunas, a whole new set, and put these guys in maybe one of these 2 that I have nothing in for now, and maybe kind of slowly adding them in a little bit one at a time. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? Yeah, Mexicali, I've always heard that too, that like overstocking is kind of helps with all that, and usually that helps with aggression issues as well. So I don't know. I have 15 Mbunas in here, and it's a 55-gallon, and I don't know if getting more would help or heat. And it's a good point, because I've always heard that's a good idea, because it would kind of help maybe get the other ones that are hiding all the time. It would maybe help them be a little bit more outgoing, because the other ones are more up front, so maybe that would help. But it could also cause aggression. It's kind of an iffy thing. This is why I feel like this is an important topic for me. And I appreciate your input on it as well. But yeah, that's kind of my whole deal with this. And I'm kind of trying to decide what I want to do from here. Oh boy. That's true with fish tanks too, right? More is better, the multi-tank syndrome. Yeah, I mean, I'm guilty of that myself. Like I said, More is better. Here's my, in case you guys want to see, here's my fry tank here. There's quite a mixture of little baby fry in here. Between Dragon Blood, Red Apache, I believe there's some labs in there. But yeah, multi-tank syndrome at its best. But anyways, this is also something, this is the complete remodel of my fish room. And I had put everything together on the walls. My brother helped me set everything up. I was debating about putting a video up on this too as well, but I probably still will. It'll be a short video, but it looks really neat. And I'm pretty happy how everything turned out. But yeah, get a chair and hang out in front of the tank for hours, day after day. Yeah, I feel like that's the only way that things are gonna make it work out for me. Because I actually ran that by my wife a little bit, and I said, I feel like the only way that's gonna... There's one little baby yellow lab in here. I don't know if you're gonna be able to make it out. And it survived because one of them was holding, and I don't want to disturb, you know, the whole situation that I just explained. So I just let her have the babies in here, which she had a mouthful of babies, but only one survived. And it's getting braver. It's sitting right down here a little bit. It's the only one that actually comes out right now. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of my thought too. And you know, with it becoming like middle of the spring and summertime, like, I'm not exactly sure how much time I'm gonna have, and you know, as far as hanging out here, and I feel like live streams, doing it in front of here, like maybe once a week, would kind of help too, because that way they could say, you know, hey, I'm not here to disturb you guys. And I feel like the live streams should be specifically in front of this tank for maybe a year, maybe just leave things the way they are. Maybe that's how they'll get used to me again. I mean, that's one thing I thought of. So fish, maybe that's a good point too. Like I said, I really hate to start over because of being a year and a half into this, and you know, I just hate to keep moving them around. And the ones I have upstairs, I don't do hardly anything to, and they're always up front. They're always excited to have food. They're real personal, or personable, I should say. My Frontosa tank, that's fairly new, that's been here for a few months. They're doing well. They're growing up well. That's the one with the Aqua Decor, my video that I have. But yeah, I kind of want to know your guys' thoughts and opinions on it, and see what you guys think. But yeah, I really like how this setup has turned out to be. Oh, I was going to show you guys this tank over here. Has just a crap ton of snails. I don't know who all has seen, I think it was a short it was a short that I put out about when I was doing filter maintenance on my 307 canister filter. I think I counted earlier, there was like maybe 20. Let me see if I can make some of these out. These are all, someone told me what kind of snails they were, and I do not remember off the top of my head. I mean, they're just everywhere. But yeah, I just happened to do maintenance on my filter, and they were just hanging out. That square stay on there? Yeah, it looks like that little border. Like I said, I'm still fairly new. Hey, Red Laser. Hey, as long as you're listening. If you do got a chance, Red Laser, maybe watch the video if you have time later. Malaysian trumpet snails. Yes, that's it. Let me see if I can get rid of this square. Well, this live streaming is all new to me, so I'll figure it out one of these days, have a real cool intro, and I'm just happy to have you guys hang out with me for a little bit. I'll figure it out one of these days. It kind of takes some trial and error. This is OBS Studio, by the way. I know a lot of people like their StreamYard, and I'm probably going to try that next time to see if I like that one better, because OBS is like, it seems like there's a lot of stuff that's involved with OBS that you could, like, if you were really knowledgeable on videography and stuff like that, I feel like a lot of people would use OBS for that reason. I'm more of a simplistic person, and if I have to learn about something, I have to take a lot of time and hours to actually dive in and learn about something, and OBS was something that was installed on my laptop here. For this reason. So that was just what was recommended from someone from Best Buy who is a real computer nerd and does YouTube as well. Coro Works says, real answer here. The real answer here is to build a heated pond hot tub in the backyard in the shape of Lake Mbuna shoreline, so you and your friends can be wowed by chilling with the cichlids. You know, I already have a pool, so why don't I just, and it has a heater with it. Might as well just make it a whole big pool and swim with the fishes. Oh, okay. CoroWorks, did you use, you have experience with that then, with OBS and StreamYard both at the same time? Because that's interesting. Hey, that square went away. It must go away in time. Yeah, I'm kind of curious, CoroWorks, to see what you say, you know, if you had experience with using OBS with StreamYard, or do you just use StreamYard only? Because it seems like a lot of people use just StreamYard. And I kind of like the way that StreamYard works, how they have, like, if you want to bring up a chat, that you can bring it up like on the bottom, so that way everyone can kind of reminisce about what's being talked about. Zen Ginger. Coral, you can lurk all you want. My streams have been very, well, I can't say streams because it's only my second one. But yeah, I mean, you guys can lurk all you want. This is kind of one of those things that I'm just testing out, and it seems like it's a lot of fun. And I've gone on other people's live streams, but never done one myself. So this is my second one. So I'm gonna try StreamYard next time, but like I want to try to figure it out too, because I really like how you can bring up the comments on the bottom page and kind of really showcase each comment and talk about it. I think that's kind of a neat feature. Maybe you can do that with OBS too, I'm not sure. If you use OBS as a virtual camera, it acts like a webcam for StreamYard. Okay. You go back and forth between them, but I like with OBS I can use as many cameras as I want. Oh, so I think StreamYard, unless you pay for it, you might only be able to use, like, is it like 2 at a time? Because I've seen Salient use a couple at a time before. Seems like StreamYard has the advantage of being able to use your phone as a second camera on data, or being able to invite others that pop up. Yeah, because I've seen, was it Vibes Aquatics, I believe? He has like multiple people join in on his stream, so I don't know if he pays for that to have the extra people join in on his streams, or if there's a limit to that, or what. But I appreciate the info on that, Cora. That's very good. That's very helpful. I think that's what Salient did too, is he used his phone as a second camera. Yeah, it always seems like there's always little odds and ends you can download with OBS. It seems like StreamYard is basically just a website that you can go off of, whereas OBS is a program that's specifically used for this purpose that you can add a bunch of features to. So that's all good information. I'm gonna have to figure that out before maybe in like next live stream, and maybe figure out how to do little additives here and there. But I appreciate that. That's awesome, and that's really good information that I can even, whenever the stream is done, I can go back and look into that and see how it's done. 6 users for free for StreamYard? Okay. Yep, perfect. Makes sense. That's the way I understood it too. But yeah. But I appreciate you guys coming out, everybody that has so far, and hanging out for a little bit. I know sometimes within the work week it gets a little busy. But I was hoping that me and Jessica could get on, and maybe with his Mbuna expertise, you can help me with my situation. But I mean, as you can see, these guys are still hiding. Okay. 6 guests per limited for 20 hours per month? Or $20? Really? So you only can go on StreamYard for a limited amount of hours? That's interesting. I didn't know that. Server side, so you and whoever blasts your feed to them, and they do the work. Then it heads to YouTube. Okay. This is all useful information, so this is why I think live stream's pretty neat, because if there's something that I don't know about, then we can all talk about it, and you guys can help me out with it, and I can help be a better YouTuber and a better live streamer. So with your guys' help, it's freaking cool. And it's nice that, you know, I can go back to this video and rewatch, you know, all this information. And I'm not sure on the rewatch on the live streams, can I see the comments? I think I can, but I'm not sure. So that way I could reread everything that you guys are saying, or do I have to bring it up like StreamYard sort of thing? I'm not sure about that. I didn't rewatch my first live stream. Because I didn't want to watch it, because I felt like that one was pretty like rookie live stream. All right, so Coro, you're saying that you only know this because every 3 weeks he has to do research to figure out why I'm doing something the way I am, and if there's an easier way. Yeah, it takes a lot of time, you know. I'm sure that like like a learning curve, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it almost takes you just as much time to learn something as opposed to doing it, you know, and then remembering it afterwards. Comments wise, you have to select a button in YouTube Creator Studio on this stream, customization, and check the box live chat replay. Oh, so I wonder, I probably have to do that before I start the live stream then, because I don't know if it's something that I can do now, because I have YouTube Studio up. I'm not really sure. There's like a pin message. See, I guess I'm my own moderator at the moment. So StreamYard, they don't post it till the following day? Oh, So how would I show like a comment on here if I wanted to? Would it be like a pin? Because I see that I can click each individual comment. If you know, if not, it's okay. It seems like there's about like a 10-second delay or so, give or take, between what I say on OBS and then what it broadcasts to YouTube. Empire of Dirt Aquatics. So does that mean you have no filtration and you do like the Wallstead method for all your fish tanks? I'm assuming. All right, Empire. Yeah, Coro seems to have been around the block with OBS a little bit, so that's pretty helpful. Go to edit the stream, and that should open the YouTube studio. I feel like a lot of you're just odd dirt. Fair enough. Hopefully not your fish tanks. So Coro, would that be on OBS on the edit, or that would be on, I'm assuming you're talking about Studio. Coro's been around the block. So is the audio and video okay? I meant to say that at the beginning of the stream, and I was hoping you guys could all hear me clearly, or if it's echoey at all. The Zen Ginger, you're talking about me? About adding me to the Fish Fam link and approve the next few days? Oh, Discord? Because I have Discord and Facebook and Instagram, so if that's the case, that's freaking awesome. Oh, on YouTube? Okay. All right, thanks, Coro. Sweet. I was hoping so, because this is my first time using a lavalier and what are they called? They are called a Rode Wireless Go 2. So it's nice that I can like walk around and do whatever I need to do, and you guys can hear me no matter where I go, which is kind of cool as opposed to just having a mic here. Sweet. All right, thanks, Zen Ginger. I appreciate it. You're freaking awesome. Let me see if I can go. See, I'm in studio. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It took me like a long time to figure out the Rode mic, but it's nice. And I think with the lavalier that goes with it, it actually makes it a little bit better as opposed to just having like this big block here with this poofy thing on top. You know, I can just use this and connect it to it. So it took me a while to figure out, but it works. But yeah, have you guys seen any of my Mbunas come out at all? Like a little bit more outgoing, or they've all been kind of hiding? Well, Coro, I mean, I can't complain. I mean, between everyone here that's helped me out so far and everyone joining in, I can't complain too much. So thank you all for hanging out and helping me out with all this. So YouTube Studio edit. Customization. Who can send messages, reactions? So the live chat replay. All right, so those are all ticked. Interesting. I hope that I'm not interrupting your guys' busy schedule and you're just hanging out for a little bit, because if you got something to do, I mean, we all understand, you know, life is busy, especially during the work week. So I appreciate you hanging out for a little bit. Is there anything else you guys want to talk to me about? If there's any, you want to see more of the fish room, or do you want to talk more about Mbunas, or maybe talk more about what I can do with these guys? We've thrown a couple options around. Like I said, I feel like what we talked about earlier might be better just to hang out in front here for a while. But yeah, I feel like that really is the only way that's going to help this tank. And I thought about adding, I don't know, maybe 5 fish, maybe to have like, because I have 15 in here now, and I think maybe 20 would be a good number if I want to kind of overpopulate it. But I mean, you wouldn't even know that 15 fish are in here because they all hide. It kind of sucks, but I'm hoping that in the future, in the next several months, it gets better. But that's why I'm here, to get helpful information from all you folks. Cora, what are you doing? Get back to work. I'm telling your manager. I think they should pay you double for helping me out and doing your job. All right, 20 to 25 you're thinking? And this is a 55-gallon Empire. So maybe that is a solution. Maybe between me hanging out up front in the tank and then maybe adding, I would say maybe 4 or 5 more. Maybe that would kind of help, you know, hopefully not get too aggressive, or get the tank too aggressed. Like, is that a word? Not make it too aggressive, you know, with the other ones that are already in there. Because the Golden Dorados, I'm not putting any more of those in there, because if you put any more than the one I have in there, that one's just going to go nuts and attack it until it's dead. I know from experience from past several months ago. But yeah, I kind of like your idea on the 20 to 25, so maybe that'll help kind of move fish around a little bit and help them be a little bit more outgoing. I mean, these Mbunas are almost full grown, I would say, maybe a little bit more to go, but at least half of them are full grown and the other half still got maybe a couple more inches to go. Yeah, let me, the Zen, let me run that by you. I have Yellow Labs, Demasoni, ACI, the one Aratus, one Kenny Eye, and I have several others, but they're a little bit smaller. I'm a little bit nervous to put them in there. And 2 electric blue Johannes, and a couple more Yellow Labs. So that's the list that I have in here right now. Oh, okay. So maybe that would help. I didn't think about that, because I've, you know, never hurts to try, I guess, to make them more comfortable and spread aggression. So that is not a bad idea. The trumpet snail tank. See, I don't know. I'm hearing mixed feelings about putting African cichlids in with trumpet snails, because from what I looked up, they only last about a year, maybe on a lifespan. And you know, with the aggression that cichlids have, they can kind of be nippy with the snails, and they might kill them. But I don't know. That's all I have down here is African cichlids. Well, I take that back. I have mollies. I have way too many mollies, but like, these two presentation tanks that I have here in the windows, I've kind of wanted to set this one up as a tank that I can present with the fry that I've grown since an egg tumbler. Because I feel like that would be something neat to explain to people as they come down here and they see the fish and they're like, oh, well, you know, what kind of fish they are and where'd you get them from? And I can explain to them like, well, these are all been bred from my house and I didn't pay a single bit for them. And I think that would be a really cool idea. But as I get bigger, and I'm just afraid that there's trumpet snails, which if they get eaten or something happens to them, you know, I didn't pay anything for them, you know. But if something happens to them, I guess it is what it is. But I feel like that would be more of an importance to me to start moving fish into this tank and just watch them grow. And that would be a specific tank only of what I have raised from my house. And that's kind of like a mini accomplishment that I can say, yep, I did that. Invincible, huh? Hey, I don't need any more tanks. I have enough. Like, I have enough to where if I put one more tank in this room, even if it's a 10 gallon, it's gonna be in the way. I mean, I have my room down here. This is my presentation room with my window tanks, and this is where I'm gonna be doing it for a while, but man, the multi-tank syndrome got me pretty good, but I'm at a halt to where I can't do anymore. Oh, my battery's about to die. It's blinking up here, isn't it? Or up here. Well, you might lose me here in a minute. Wonder if I can change the battery out. Because you might lose me, but if anything, I think I'm going to let you guys go. But with all that being said, I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me for a little bit. It means a lot to me, and I appreciate all the helpful information between all your suggestions and with the OBS Studio and StreamYard. That's awesome. You guys are fantastic. If you spread the word, have more people subscribe to me and like and comment and do whatever you guys want to do. But you guys are the best. Hopefully I got all that out before the camera battery died. You guys are fantastic. I really appreciate you working with me through this whole live stream. Really? OBS will hang out for a little bit even when the battery dies. Should we do a test? See if the battery dies? I am probably going to go though, because I was only going to be on here for about an hour, and I think it's been, let's see, probably about, where's the time on here? It's been about 43 minutes, so I think that's pretty good. But anyways, thanks again. You guys are fantastic. Have a great evening and have a great rest of the week. And maybe we'll try this out in a week from now. And maybe I'll try to schedule this more in advance. So that way you guys kind of get a notification saying a couple days in advance that I'm going to do it at this day at this time. Hey, did it work? Can you guys still see me? I just switched the battery out. I don't know if you guys can see me or not, but I did change the battery. But yeah, this is phenomenal. Hey, we did it. That worked. Freaking A. This has been the best live stream out of my 2 live streams. All right, this is fantastic. Sweet. Should I hang out more? I mean, or should I make it a full hour? Even though I've already said my goodbyes. I'm doing it still hiding. That's fantastic. Yeah, that was quick. But yeah, anyways. I actually do have a cord that plugs into an outlet. But I'm nervous to use it because I had used a different one and it fried my motherboard on my camera, so I had to get it fixed, it's thankfully under warranty, but I'm like really nervous to try this other cord that's supposedly approved by Panasonic, but intermission. Yeah, go get a beer, you know, intermission. Grab your drinks, grab your snacks, your dinner, you know. But yeah, I'm kind of nervous to use that cord. Just because it fried my motherboard. It was this is a different brand, and I actually looked into it more to see what was supposed to work and what doesn't, so that would prevent me from having to lose my battery. Jim's Fish. All right, well, hello. I wonder how many people left my stream whenever the camera went out. Wow, we still got a good group of people here. I'm shocked. You guys are more, much gooder than I anticipated. Oh man, this has been fun. Lisa's Critters, you snuck in, huh, on that first one. There wasn't a whole lot in that one, but maybe there was more than I thought. I'd just get a webcam if I was worried about it. Well, this is like a digital cam slash you're using it as a webcam. There's one on my laptop, but this is like a mirrorless cam, so the quality of it's phenomenal, and I'm using it more and more to record my YouTube videos. I haven't made a YouTube video in like 3 weeks. I've been trying to do shorts to try to keep up with everything, but man, with my work schedule and like it just takes a lot of time to even make a video, and I'm in the works, or I can't say in the works, I haven't started it yet. I tried to the other day and it didn't work, but I'm gonna make a new video, and it's gonna be something interesting, and it's a product that's like fairly new for me, so I'm kind of excited to do that video, and hopefully in a week or less. I would say, if I want to be generous, I would give it about a week before I actually start posting it on YouTube, because I still have to actually make the actual video. So it might take about a week and a half, but I'll be excited about that one. A lot of fish movement, a lot of new products I'm trying out to see if it works. Uh-oh, there's a few fish hanging out. Slow movements. Maybe, is it because I'm wearing my hat they don't recognize me? Maybe the bell's just too distracting. Lisa's Critters. Oh, you're 40 today. Happy birthday. Coro says it's a lot of work, even just doing shorts on your phone. You know, that's crazy because I'm still holding my battery. I should charge this. All right, charging. Yeah, you would be amazed that, like, you would think making a YouTube short, like, if you care about it enough to make it decent, it actually takes a lot more effort than I anticipated. I had a video, or I made a short on how I ran my water change from my slop sink over to here. I probably spent like, I don't know, if I want to be generous, probably less than an hour, but I probably spent like just like maybe a half hour just trying to perfect it and then post it and be like, wow, that sucked, I'm doing that again. Let's see here. 3 people. I went from 11 to 8. Are you now, the 11 to 8, Zen Ginger, are you talking about whenever the camera went out? I wonder how many people I have now. So Koro, you're saying that another option that you can use a camera on your phone and computer to use your phone as a webcam. I'm gonna have to figure this out, but I'm trying to think of if there's a way that I can set it up on OBS first before I hit going live. Like, I'm sure there's a way, and I'm sure you know about it from experience. Because I think it would be cool to have like one video of me and then another video of me. You know, maybe if I had this on the other side, like on the opposite end where all the other tanks are, where the fish are outgoing and friendly. And then have another video of just pointing at the Abuna tank. So that way you guys can see them all come out and you can see all, like they're all colored out, they're all nice looking. That's why I don't want to start over. Okay, Zen, yeah, it wasn't much. So you guys had stuck with me. I mean, you guys are awesome. Yeah. It's the name of, Camo is the name of an app. I don't know anything about that. You have to use that coincide with OBS? Salient, what the heck happened? We were supposed to hang out, man. You missed everything. You missed the battery dying and me replacing it, and people still hung out and stuck with me, even when I said my goodbyes. It's been a fun night. I mean, to be fair though, I think this has been better than my first stream, because my first stream was like, holy cow, I couldn't figure out the audio. Like, it was echoing and it was bad. Oh man. I hope you guys have been enjoying this so far, because this actually became more entertaining than I anticipated. Salient ditched us earlier. Yeah, I think that's what I ended up rewatching it, and he said that he was working late. I mean, I get it. You know, I work 12-hour shifts, and sometimes they go over too, and I don't get home till late, so I get it, man. Koro said use Camo with a dozen different tools. It just turns your phone into a webcam feed as long as you're plugged in. You know what's crazy is I actually have on the sources on OBS that I'm sitting on here, I actually set that up for my Fold 5. And that's what I have right here. So it's actually set up right now, so I don't know if I can do, since it's already set up, if I can just turn it on and all of a sudden it would just be like, bam, like here we got 2 cameras now. Camo alongside Skyview Studio and OBS to do a time-lapse project for a video that I probably won't ever put the work into editing. This is information overload, Koro. But it's useful information. You know, I mean, I'm all about learning new things and trying things out, so all this helps. Yeah, cool. That's true, Zen. That is very true. Self-expectations. I mean, can't set the bar too high, right? I mean, because then you'll just be disappointed. Oh boy. Well, it's almost been an hour. Who stuck it with me from beginning of this? Like, who joined in and is still in here to this time? Salient, you missed like the very first half of this video, maybe like the first third, but I don't mind explaining again real quick here. I'll just kind of give you a rundown. But the long story short of what I was talking about earlier is this tank has been through a lot. I mean, this was my very first African cichlid tank and Mbuna's, and I've had it for a year and a half, and I've done a lot of, changing the decorations constantly, moving fish in and out, dealing with aggression, changing filtrations out, just a lot of hands in and out of the tank consistently, between moving fish out and doing the whole breeding process, and then moving this tank downstairs, and then it's just a lot of tank movement, a lot of decoration movement, a lot of different things I've done with this tank, and it's some of these fish I've had since beginning of time. And since I was hoping, since moving this down here would help with them to be a little bit more like personable, and not be so timid, because every time I walk in this damn door, they just scatter behind all the rocks. And I want this tank to be presentable. That's the whole purpose of me creating this whole thing down here. And this tank has been down here since February 1st, and it is now mid-April, and they still do the same thing, even when I'm not down here doing maintenance. So we were kind of discussing about what options I were going to do and how to do it, because I have two tanks here that are completely empty. One is a walk-around tank. It's in the center of the room over here, and the one's just standing right in front of me. And I was thinking of three options: either one, doing nothing and just doing more live streams in front of the tank, which we were talking about earlier that we were suggesting, and just doing more videos to try to get them to be a little bit more brave and to come out a little bit more. Second option is I was going to think about moving them all into the center tank of the grow out tank and leave this one empty and bring my fry over in here and have them grow out. So that way they can get used to the whole center tank, but there's not a lot of decorations. I know Mbunas need that rock work to dig their territories in. The third option is to start completely over. And maybe, I wouldn't know what I would do with these guys. Like I said, I might put them in the tank, but I would completely start over with this setup exactly how it is, and just get more Mbunas and decide whatever I want to do with the other ones. But I hate to do that route because it's been, I've had them for that long. Cora said I'm turning my backyard pool into a Lake Mbuna, like a Lake Malawi tank. Coro, there's plenty of tools to figure out what you want to do. You could actually have a camera on every tank if you put the money in. Okay, that's good to know. Zen, so you're 7 minutes late, but hey, if you're sticking around even after the battery died, I think you, looks like you got the #1 spot. Yeah, Salem, I'll come to your house and I'll create a pool for all your Mbunas. It'll be your next project. It'll be our next YouTube video, a multi-step process, multi-video. All right, Jesse, you got me there. Go watch the video after this is done. I'm not saying any more. I said Lake. Did I say Lake Mbuna? I said. All right. Thanks for catching that. Lake Malawi. I'm gonna make my own Lake Malawi pool at my house. That's correct, right? Coro, are you trying to run my bank account to zero? I think between Coro said Lake, so maybe, okay, so I said it right then. Oh, okay. I was like, man, I hope I didn't screw up because then that makes me look like an idiot this entire time. Does that make sense though, Salient? That was one thing that I was hoping to join in your live stream, but hey, at least you were able to join in. I almost left, so you're lucky that we stuck around after the battery change on my camera. I would need, if it was, I have 15 Mbuna in here, technically actually 16 because of the little baby that's getting braver and braver every day. That would be 16 FX6s. And if you're thinking full price tag, FX6 costs what, like 400 bucks, 450 bucks? Times that by what, 16? What's 450 bucks times 16? 450 times 7,200. Are you talking about this wall? DZ. So why am I known as Jimmy P? Are you talking about me? $1 million. Hey, Lisa, don't let it bother you. It's fine. I've had a struggle bus more than you have with live streams, so I think you're way ahead of me. You're doing just fine. Oh yeah, Red Laser, you're right. So I did add a few things since my first live stream because I only had like this or here and this here. I added a picture there, a couple things here, another like this here. I added that on that same side and an anchor. So since the first live stream, you're right, I did add a few things, which I can show you here. So here's my redecorating. I added some lights to kind of shine those top little fish decorations because it was pretty dark up there. I thought about adding more, but in my opinion, I think everything evened out pretty well. And I feel like if I add anything else, it's going to take away from everything else. So I really didn't want to do that. So make digital moving picture frames, not real tanks. Oh, so you're Jimmy P. Okay, my bad. What's up, Jimmy P? Either fish. What are you talking about, Lisa? Thanks, Red Laser. Yeah, it took quite a bit of planning because I've been through a couple different home stores and I would buy, like, I probably spent like, I mean, for this stuff, I don't know the exact amount, but like when I bought everything, I think I spent like probably close to $200 or more, well, maybe a little over, and I ended up returning half the stuff that I bought because I hated how it looked. So I like how it looks now. I think it's pretty evened out. Lisa's struggling. Lisa, are you talking about with the snails? Since you don't know much about cichlids, I was just curious. Rainbows and what's pitherfish? Common. Common folk. Yeah, what's up with that, Jimmy P? What does that make you? Hope says, hi price tag. Hello. Thrown a few phones. I can't throw this phone, Celia. This is a phone that's probably gonna hang around for a while. Granted, I got a good deal on it, but if I were to ever throw like a phone enraged, I would probably kick myself for how stupid I am. Fish Hippie, yeah, hey, if you're on your way out, thanks for stopping by. It's greatly appreciated. I'm not sure how much longer I'm gonna go. I'm looking at 1 hour and 7 minutes right now. Yeah, stop by and hopefully we'll do this again sometime. I'm happy with the turnout. Oh, who was here earlier? Is Zen Ginger still hanging out with us? She was like the first one. She was 7 minutes late. Oh, and there was CS House of Fishkeeping stopped by. He was actually technically the first one that stopped in when I first started. Okay, that makes sense, Lisa. Oh, holy cow! Tim? Like, really? What's going on? I didn't recognize your name. That's freaking awesome. Shiny. Zen Ginger, hey, are you sticking around to the end? Because if so, then you deserve a medal. Wonder how many people we got left. I don't know. You guys tell me how many people are still hanging out. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm counting 8, including me. Slither fish. Okay. Any little schooling fish tells the big guys it's safe to be out and about. Interesting. All right, you deserve a medal, Zen. That's crazy. The little guys get scared, the big guys run, but if the little guys are comfortable, the big guys feel safe being out and about. You know from experience, by the way? Might have to be some experimenting then. Boy, I wish I could figure out how to bring the comments in on the camera here. I'll figure it out one of these days. With this live stream helping out, and hopefully I can kind of get better at everything, so. Salient? No, I just, well, I know I added you on Instagram, but I know you don't like using Instagram, but that was the only way I found you. And then I sent you a friend request on Facebook. I don't know if you had accepted it or not. I don't know, maybe check that out. But no, I haven't, because I was waiting for your friend acceptance. All right, Tim. Hey, thanks. That was a nice surprise. Thanks, Tim, for hanging out for a little bit. I appreciate it. Take it easy. Yeah, which one, Salient, which one do you use more, Instagram or Facebook? Because whatever one you use more, that's what I'll message you on. Lisa, you talking about me? Me in the corner? I mean, I feel like if I'm in the corner, I did something bad with my nose in the corner. Ugh. I don't think I put a picture on this live stream. I think I don't even know what it is. I don't know if I can choose. Maybe I can go back and edit that to have like a better main picture whenever it shows up. Hey! Only Oscars. Better late than never. Ooh, you guys see? That's the only Aratus I have in the tank. Oh, there he goes. Yeah. I told you, they're skittish. But I think he's honestly probably the tank boss, because the Aratus are very aggressive if you don't keep them in groups. You said, Zen says you can choose a thumbnail from the stream or add your own. Otherwise it picks a still from like a minute in, which is probably why I don't even think I'm in it. So whenever this is done, I'll probably go in and change it somehow whenever I figure that out. Maybe I should keep record of how many people have been on each one of my live streams. I don't know how I could do that. I'd have to write it down or see how many people have been on it each time. It only takes one. Hey, I try to make these live streams exciting. That's my whole plan. I want to come out here, have a great time, talk with you guys, and just hang out for a little bit, talk fish stuff, anything. And hopefully this will be my main place that I'm going to do live streaming at, but I think it'll be nice to do a change of pace of doing it on different spots, especially now that Aqua Decor tank is done. Maybe I'll do it up there once. Maybe do it facing all those tanks over there. Would be kind of neat, so you could see all the 10s or all the 20s or my breeder tanks or whatever. Just different spots. I think it would be kind of neat because I can just move this chair everywhere and have a small little table. So. It'll work out, or I'll have a good time. Sweet, I appreciate it. I'm glad about the notifications. I know sometimes if you subscribe to a ton of people, sometimes those notifications can get overwhelming, but everything helps. Yeah, Zen Ginger, you said it takes a little time to get approved. Oh yeah, only Oscars. Yeah, it's yo. I'll show you here if you want to see it. I've shown it several times. Like I was telling other people on this. I thought about coming out with a video, and I actually wasn't going to show any of this at all. I was going to wait until I made that video, and then life got busy, work, everything else. And then I did live streams with other people, and then I'm just kind of like, well, here's the setup. And then as I did more joining live streams, and then obviously today, it's just kind of like, well, the secret's out. I was going to save this for a video and then do live streams afterwards, but I don't know. I have all the stuff on my phone to make a short video for it. So I'll probably still come out with that here in the near future. But it won't be as like exciting to see the end result. But it'll be neat to see what I started with and then how this came to be, you know, how everything got set up. So yeah, it's like watching TV. Happy birthday. Salient says you're dropping the B-Day excuse. Oh, okay, so it might anywhere from like now to 3 days from now, Zen. Okay. Oh, yeah, good point. Why didn't I mention that before? Everybody hit the like and subscribe button. You know, I'm going to do my promotion. You know, I'm trying to get to the 500. I know I got a long way to go still, but yeah, I'd like to try to get to 500 maybe within the next month or so. So if you guys can get the word out, you know, and I'd appreciate it. You know, I hate to be that guy to try to advertise myself, but sweet, thanks, Salient. Oh, okay, so there was who did I stream with? It was a late night Vibes Aquatics. I went to join his live stream, and then like he wasn't even in his live stream. I was like, where'd he go? And everyone else was hanging out, and I didn't know anyone but Skull Aquatics. I knew him, but that was it. So I'm just like, well, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say and talk about, so I'm gonna just head out. But I had a live stream with Skull Aquatics and Vibes Aquatics, and it was just us three, and that was pretty cool. So. Let's see. Hey, Collaboration. Thanks for coming in. Oh, Vibes is always late. He's either late or making food or doing something, it seems. Busy guy. Yeah, if you can get me to the 500, then I can apply for the whole deal, I guess. I think, isn't it 500? Because I have the watch hours already. And I think the 500 is the only other thing I need before you can apply for like making any type of money, if I'm not mistaken. He went to sleep. Yeah, I get that. Cottage cheese? Ugh. I'm sorry for you people who like cottage cheese, but ugh. Everybody's still hiding. This isn't working. In time, right? Oh, cool. Thanks, Only Oscars. Appreciate it. The more the merrier, I guess. And it seems like these live streams and shorts seem to really hit things off. Wonder how much battery power I have left. That other one was fully charged, so. But yeah. Yes, cottage cheese, cottage. I can't even talk. I can't even say cottage cheese. That's how much I hate it. That's fine because I want to say it anyways. Tomato, put it in cottage. No, tomato and cottage cheese. You're just making things worse, Salient. I'm sorry. The fish are camera shy. Yeah, I get that. You know how long it took me to like I still struggle sometimes. I think my comfort level, like, it just comes within time because whenever I broke this camera out, and like I had to record multiple times before I actually got a decent video out to where I was like, okay, that was a little bit better. But like getting over the whole camera shy thing when you first start YouTube, it takes a bit. You stumble less on your words. Jimmy's the young guy with an old body. Any fruit? Cottage cheese? All right, can we not talk about cottage cheese, or is this going to be like something that everyone's going to bring up on my live stream? Make sure you mention cottage cheese because price tag don't like it. That's usually how things work, right? And the minute you start talking about something you hate, everybody brings it up to you. Oh man. Hey, come on down, Lisa's Critters. I mean, you're willing to hang out with me as much as you want. Salient, before I go, do you have any, like, in all seriousness, do you have any suggestions for me for everything that I've discussed about as far as this tank goes? Does that all make sense to you? Because that's what I was going to that's what I was going to discuss to you about in your live stream. Because we're going on 1:22, so I want to do some stuff before I go to bed tonight. And it's 8:10 Eastern Standard Time. We've had some pretty good suggestions for my circumstance. So I think I'm going to do more live streams here and maybe get a few more fish to try to help kind of push the other ones out. But I want to get everybody's input. So let me know what you got. Because the only thing I'm only doing with this tank ever, like I'm not putting my hands into it, I'm doing like what you do with your Buddhas, is just strictly wire changes. Out with the bad, in with the new. Because I don't want to disturb anything that's going on in there. I want them to keep their homes. And like I said, I really don't want to start over or move them because I feel like that's just going to traumatize them still and they need to bounce back sometime. Sweet. Thanks, Only Oscars. You would, Lisa. You would. Oh, lactose intolerant, huh? You know, I think I might be a little bit too, and maybe not real bad, but like whenever I actually had to switch to almond milk, and that doesn't really affect me in any way. Okay, thanks, Salient. Appreciate it. I have one power head, so maybe that would probably help. I'm just trying to think of a spot of where to put it because my rockscaping is the power head that I have. It's not small. It's like a cheaper version, and I thought about buying another one. But I was thinking maybe putting it like maybe towards the bottom. You know, not really for surface tension breakup, but more so just to move them around. And then we had discussed earlier before you came in here, excuse me, about adding more fish to it. We were talking about mbunas maybe, and then we were talking about different other like schooling fish, of course, when you came in later. Oh, sweet, Zen Ginger. Awesome, thank you. Dither fish thing, okay. Dither, let me look that up so I don't forget. Dither fish. Wow. So this says, this is just Googling it, but it says the term dither fish refers to an arbitrary group of aquarium fish commonly used by aquarists to help reduce timid and aggression, as well as to promote normal social behavior in the other fish housed with the same aquarium. And then there's videos about the top 5 dithers. That's interesting. Maybe that's my solution to my problem then. That's crazy. I've never heard of that. So it says top 5 dithers. I don't know if that's a video or, oh, it is a video. Okay. Looks like rainbow tetras on this neon tetras. I don't know, maybe just a schooling fish. I'd be a little hesitant to add them to a cichlid tank though, because isn't that kind of like dangerous? Can you guys still see me? Looks like I might have lost me for a minute there. Power head facing power head up top facing surface, which will help with oxygen as well as send fish to filter inlet. Okay, my filters, I don't have a canister filter for the Mbuna tank Salient. There's just 1, 2 of the top fin power ones that just have the ones that you just slide in and out. I haven't like a ton of those left, and I'm just going to use those up until I move to a different filtration system. That was my whole goal. But there's a lot of surface tension on that tank between the bubbles and the filters. So that's a good point though. Okay. You know, that surprisingly, that helped with my tank upstairs with the Peacock and Hap tank, because I added a power head to the right side and the filters on the filter intake and output was on the left side, and it actually helped a little bit with like the tank boss as an example, not be as aggressive as he used to be, which it wasn't bad at all to begin with, but it just kind of helped like alleviate some of that. Oh, okay. Star sapphires. You know, those things are beautiful fish. Cichlid Bros did a thing on star sapphires, and those things, full grown, those things are phenomenal in color. Yeah. 9 viewers, looks like. All right. It is about 8:15 here. I've been running for an hour and a half, and I think that's a pretty good time. So the one more trick, I put a short out on this trick. Was that recent, Salient? One more trick. Yeah, I'll wait for your... I've seen that one, Salient. You just say, hey, works every time. Quit being so timid, or quit being so aggressive. Stop it. Hey, Fish Fam Link. Anyways, all your guys' participation and hanging out with me even before and after my camera battery died. And then I came back after I even said my goodbyes, and here I am saying goodbyes again. But this is for real. But anyways, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Zen Ginger gets the Zen Ginger gets the game ball tonight for hanging out with me the most. Even though she was 7 minutes late. Is it a she? Oh my god, I probably messed that up. I'm sorry if I did. Yeah, you're welcome. Zen, I need to know if you're see, the Fish Fam link will be here at the beginning from now on and announce you to Discord when you stream, so maybe you'll have a few more next time. Okay. Yes, I'm Mandy, hello. She, her, thank you. Now I don't feel so dumb. But thanks, appreciate it. I know sometimes with names I can call someone he or she, and next thing I know it's just like, oh, I was the wrong person the entire time. But hi, Mandy. Anyways, thank you guys so much for all your help, for your support, for your likes, shares, comments, and even down below for whoever does watch this and couldn't make the live stream. You guys are the best, and I hope to get better and better and improve on this more and more as time goes on. But with all that being said, you guys take care of yourselves and be happy, be healthy, and keep on keeping on. See you guys next time.